this is guitarist Denis Taaffe, and I want to welcome you to a bargain bin extra. And, the bargain bin amps has been a series I've been doing, starting with the first video. I think we're up to number 8 right now. But this is more, you could call this bargain bin extra 7.5. Coming right after bargain bin amp 7. And the reason is, by the way, we're shooting outside at night in Bloomington, Indiana. It's just rained. Supposedly this little camera does very well in low light conditions, and we'll see how that goes. In any case, so as you'll remember, if you've been watching the Bargain Bin Amp series, Bargain Bin Amp 7 was the Orange Crush 30R. And this was a little analog solid state little combo amp with a 1x10 speaker, reverb, a 2-channel little combo amp, all solid state, but sounded really, really good. The lead channel wasn't so great. Okay, and so I had to make a decision on this amp. Is it something I was interested in keeping? Luckily the people at Advanced Music in Bloomington, Indiana were kind enough to let me take it home and give it a try, which I did, and recorded with it and everything. And I thought it was a really, really great little solid state amp. What I really appreciated about it was how light it was, surprisingly. Like, it's the kind of amp that is really solid, and you can just, throw it in your car, and go somewhere and play and not have to worry about it. There are no tubes to break, and it's pretty robust, if you like. It's pretty solid, Now this particular one, is pretty old. I'm thinking at least 10 years old. And if you look at the Tolex, it's a little beaten. It's not quite as flat as it was, but still very solid. So, asking price was $150, which is a fair price for that amp, for sure. And so I thought about it, and whenever making an amp purchase, for me it has to come out of money from gear I've sold on there, if I can, that kind of thing. Because I remember one time I took a catalog and circled all the things, that I would want to buy. I think the total was over $100,000. Oops. So, knowing that I'm a little greedy when it comes to amplifiers, I have to really be very careful. Though I really enjoy, playing different amps and things. They make you play differently. So sales price was $150, and that's not nothing, depending on your financial situation. However, I knew that that they were on the lookout for little small practice amps, for a lot of their students on there. It turns out I had 3 of them that were basically just sitting around, and these were little practice amps. They had no reverb. Not that they were bad amps or anything, but just no reverb, and the speakers were really small too. 6-inch, 8-inch, that kind of thing. For me, definitely minimum is 10-inch. speaker, and preferably a 12, but 10 will do, you know, depending on the amp. And I usually use 2 in stereo. So with that being the case, I took those 3 little practice amps that I never use. I never, you know, really never intended to use. I don't really know why I had them, but anyway, I ran across them somewhere. I don't remember where exactly, but in any case, I took them down there and offered to trade them in, you know, towards the orange amp, you know, towards that $150 price, which, don't get me wrong, is a fair price for the amp, for sure. I mean, if you look online, you'll see they go for sometimes a little more than that. Yeah, so it was a good price. Luckily for me, they were in need of those little practice amps, and so I got a credit of $75, right, for those 3 little amps that were taking up space and that I never used ever. So that was a no-brainer for me. That cut the price in half. So really now that amp is $75. As cute as a little puppy, you know. Yeah, because it does look cool, you know, without a doubt. That little orange toe legs, it's kind of a refreshing difference. Okay, so that left $75. You know, that's nothing to sneeze at. And for me, that was a no-brainer. However, in the spirit of pay-to-play, and because it's something I really enjoy, we actually split the $75 into 3 payments, if you can believe it, which was really nice of them to do, you know. And, you know, $75 is not a lot of money, obviously, especially for an amplifier. And then to be able to split it into payments is really monthly payments. So I think I have 2 payments of $25, and I had to pay $30 today as a first installment on that towards the orange amp, which I'm thrilled about, you know. And the reason is because you know, instead of, you know, kind of that money just disappearing into silly stuff, you know, you don't even know what you spent your money on, at the end you have something to show for it. And I was really thrilled. I'm still thrilled. I mean, I really do like that amp very much, even though it's not tube at all. But for me, you know, this is what I've learned guitar-wise, and it took a long time because, like, you know, if you go online, everyone says, oh, tube amps are better than a solid state, no matter what. And that's just baloney. And what I discovered over trying all these different amps, tube and non-tube, they serve different purposes, you know. Especially me doing loops and things, you know, where layers have to fit together and that kind of thing, and certain things are highlighted, certain loops are highlighted, the main guitar sometimes is high, sometimes not. So I definitely didn't discount it for that. And again, I also love the idea that it's heavy duty, you know. I mean, it's got a metal grill there, not on the speaker, but on the back of it for the electronics and things, and the switches are pretty solid too. You know, and the cabinet doesn't, you know, make noises and things like that. So there it is. I'm on my way to owning this orange Crush 30R. Now, there it is. the Orange Crush 30R little combo amp. It's on top of a PB tube amp right now. And there you go, 2-channel right here. And here's that. See this whole back? Here is all metal. Which is real nice. Pretty solid amp there. Sweet. Beyond that, because I do like these little orange amps, you know, if you can find them used. Especially, I'd hate to guess what they would cost new. And by the way, for $150, I looked around to see what I could buy new. Wasn't all that much, you know. Plus, it's nice to support your local store, you know. For me, they serve definitely a purpose, you know. I don't have a big guitar center nearby, you know. I mean, it's about an hour away, right? You know, so it's really nice to have a local store supporting, you know, local artists. You can take if you have a guitar problem or something, they can help you out with that. Anyway, just a plug to support your local stores. I think it's a great idea. Beyond that, I went to a pawn shop, and for a pawn shop, this place is pretty clean, you know. You know, some pawn shops are a little seedy, but no, this one was pretty clean. And this is where I had purchased a Yorkville amp, and before that a Marshall. Yeah, well, this time around, guess what they had? I'll be darned, they had another Orange Crush. However, it's a more modern version, and they're asking $200 for it. And this is one with a built-in tuner. And I don't know if it's the 20-watt version, the 20 RT, I think, or if it's the 30 RT. I don't know. But I did plug it in, and I found the exact same clean channel. However, the overdrive, the lead channel, was much better, I have to admit. Much better than this 30R that I just bought. You know? Now, because of the way I'm setting up my pedal board and using loops and so on, I'm going to be using the clean channel for the most part. You know? So it's not that big a deal either way. I wonder if there's something maybe I could trade in on that and get 2 little orange amps in stereo. But perhaps I should, you know, wait and excuse me, wait and pay off this amp. But I really do enjoy that. I do enjoy, even if it's a small payment, you know, I enjoy making the payment, you know, and being one step towards something, and at the end you've got something to show for it, you know. Boy, I wish I had done that a long time ago, because I've probably, you know, wasted money on stuff that, you know, by the end of the day, you don't know where your money's gone. And what do you have to show for it, you know? So in this way, this doesn't happen. But I also heard if you miss a payment, they'll come out and break your legs. So I wouldn't want that to happen. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Yeah, you're not hiding from me, you little rotten. Those little things. Try not to move so you don't see them, but I see them. There's one and there's the other. Little bastards. That's right, you little. See if I can focus in on that one. Well, well, well. There's another one around there somewhere.